So what is the best lo-fi plugin for the money? Well, that's what we're gonna find out in this video.
Traptendo.
What is going on, peoples? Man, I swear, I did a review on the SP950, which is an emulation of the Emule SP1200 and the Kai S950. Thus the name SP950 is supposed to be the best of both worlds. A lot of people said that the RC20 was the best lo-fi plugin. So what I did was some due diligence, downloaded the 10-day free trial, which you all can. I have a link in the description box to that, and you can check it out. I highly recommend trying before you buy. And some other lo-fi plugins that I've had for quite a while. So we're gonna compare them all and see which is the best, even though I think that all lo-fi plugins kind of offer a little something different, like they should. But yeah, guys, let me know. Let's go. Before we get started though, I do want to point out that I have an older video where I talk about free lo-fi plugins as well as paid. So if you're into the free stuff like almost everybody is, I recommend that you check it out at the top right of the screen, or just wait and go to the description. Full disclosure, I have reviews for each and every one of these lo-fi plugins on my channel, so search my channel except for this one right here by Waves Factory, which is Cassette. I'm going to do a video on that soon, but we're going to hear it here. And we're also going to talk about RC20, which everybody was flipping out about, but more importantly, the demo track, which has proper dynamics so we can judge the lo-fi. The first thing I want to do here is go to the SP950, which I did a review on yesterday, and I have it pulled up. Let's go ahead and hear it right now, and I'll bypass in real time. Bypass. Now it's on. Now this plugin right here, I did a full review of it yesterday. It's really special in the way that it does its lo-fi. It's like a 12-bit sampler lo-fi, which is almost everybody's dream, every producer's wet dream right now. You know, if you have the SP404SX or A or something, and you know, many other ones like the SP1200 basically. So that's why it says SP, and then the 950 part comes from the Kai S950, which is another 12-bit lo-fi sampler. I don't know, lo-fi is a buzz term, but you know, it is what it is right now. So the thing that makes it really good is definitely these areas right here. Again, you can tap on the parameters to reset them, and that's a really cool, nifty trick. Very cheap. And you can hear what it does, and it does not a lot, but it does what you really want out of like some lo-fi sampling here, and that's what I really like about it. That's the charm of this plugin. The biggest thing is this extension feature. I'm gonna assume that EXT stands for extension, because if you look at it, when I clicked on it, it extended the oversampling down from 78 RPM, which is the normal option, to all the way down to ×3, ×4, ×5, and here's how it sounds. Bypass. So you really get some really good crunchy lo-fi, and then there's also this filter, of course, which is the 950 part, I presume. And of course, if you're in Ableton anyways, or any other DAW, you can automate those parameters and, you know, just use your imagination. And it does extend out to you summing from your mono left, mono right, and stereo too as well. But the biggest part of this video is definitely the RC20, which I'm engaging right now, because it also itself has a gang of presets, which is the reason why a lot of people co-sign it so much, and the fact that it has 12-bit sampling as well. So let's go ahead and hear it. And you can can start seeing the charm of it. But it doesn't stop there with the RC20 retro color. The thing I really like about this, and the thing that I would argue against other people, is that price point. Of course, the SP950 plugin is only $20 versus this, which is $100. But again, you can try before you buy and see if you like it. It's been hyped up a lot, and rightfully so because of its features. Now let's go over here to sampler 12-bit noisy. Let's hear that. And that's when you'll notice that there is a lot of the lower frequency content cut away. So what I want to show you guys is that it has this cut area where you can choose the different filter types. So you have your high pass filter section, and then you can sweep through the frequency. And it gives your track a different feeling here. And you also have your low pass. And it is hella aggressive, at least on that curve. And it sounds really good. I really like it. And you also can boost the tone. Of course, you know, you might have your resonance there. You know, those are extra options. But what I really like is this section right here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just hit OK. So I can pull up this area right here. And, you know, then you start to see the complexity of this plugin and why it might cost $100. So you have your noise area where you can choose what type of noise. You have all of this right here. You have your wow and flutter, wobble. And you can do different things as well. You know, you have different distortion and many other things that can make this really good. But I like the magnitude feature. And if you don't know what's going on, if you look at magnitude when I'm adjusting it, it starts adding a little bit more of those parameters back in there. So that's a really good parameter to automate if you want to do that as well. Then of course you can save and load and stuff like that, but I have the demo version, so I wouldn't even bother doing that in this video. Other features as well, space. So that's basically reverb and, you know, just different things. But it's a really good plugin. But the thing is, I do argue that, you know, $100 is a lot. And then you start to wonder why. Then, okay, then what could you get for a lower price? Well, you have vinyl strip, which is something I've already talked about on this channel, done reviews, because I do a lot of funk stuff. And this is my funk plugin of choice. Bypassing. It's on now. So what makes this very unique is that you can change the bit rate. You also can do some rearranging of effects too as well, just by dragging in on this parameter or the channel strip and doing different things. If I'm a little quiet, you can actually hear some of the frequencies and stuff like that. You also have a vinyl section where you can add dust. So you can really mess up some stuff if you want to do some lo-fi that way as well. Again, all these plugins that I'm showing you, they're unique in their own manner that, you know, you wouldn't get from each other. And that's the beauty of these plugins. There's no point of buying a lo-fi plugin that is exactly like another lo-fi plugin. And that's my only argument to people. Like, why would you want to do that? Yes, I think it is really good that there are plugins that have different options. And, you know, it's just up to the user of how you would go about using it, of course. And then it has presets and stuff. So let's go through those. I forgot I actually did some presets for these. But yeah, Vinyl Strip, really good. Audio Thing is one of my favorite companies anyways. They're one of the companies that actually do some video game stuff, and I wish they would do more of that. You know, that's my only complaint towards them. Shout out to you, my brother. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, let's move on, because even with that, There's another one that they have made as well that came out not too long ago, and it's called Reels. Now this one right here is really special for what it does, because not only is it like a tape emulation, but you have different things that you could do in terms of messing with the noise. You could have this motor, which will only be active if I turn, well, I'm gonna turn that off. It's on now, but you can turn it off right here with using the envelope, so when stuff passes through, it will get that noise in there. And this is what I use to make, what's my joint, man? What is the joint? Lords of Funk. And that's why. Let's turn it off. One thing I do want to make abundantly clear is that you can hear that it takes away a lot of the lower frequency content inside of Reels. So now normally I would complain about such a thing, but the thing I like about this the most is that this makes it perfect for samples. If you're trying to build a sample pack or a loop pack or something like that, this is where Reels shines at. And there's also another feature that I didn't cover, which is this right here, the randomization button. So let's go ahead and play with that in real time. So that's another feature that's pretty cool. So that means that you don't necessarily have to dial anything in, or if you're not motivated to mess with any of the parameters, you could just roll that dice, and it makes for a fun time, fun to be had. And that's what all of us want, right? When we're creating music. So the next one I want to move on to is this one right here, which is Cassette. And Cassette is pretty cool. It's pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and have the track rolling without it on, and then I'm going to introduce it in with the default so you can hear what it does as far as coloring. It's on now. Now with this Lo-Fi plugin, it's supposed to emulate a tape deck. Now there is another one, an elephant in the room, I guess, because I have done many other reviews like DAW Cassette by, I can't think of that, Clef Grand. There we go. Clef Grand has an audio cassette one, but this one right here kind of sounds, I hate to say it, better in the terms of, I don't know, maybe personal preference. But yeah, so moving on forward here, let's go ahead and play this track again. Just messing with a couple of parameters, you start to hear what makes this like special. And it does have presets, so let's go through some of the artist presets here. There are other features as well. If you hit this gear sign, it will pull up all of the stuff, even oversampling, where you can turn that off and on in real time. Frequency response, saturation, compression. You can mess with the wow depth. You can mess with the degrading depth. And let's hear that. Then you get more of an official vibe to how this sounds like. And that's what really makes this special, is that it has a whole lot going for it in one time here. So tell me how you feel about this video. I definitely want to hear from everybody in the comment section. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some people that will leave some suggestions, which I hope that you will. I hope that a lot of you guys aren't stuck on what somebody tells you is the wave and what is better than whatever plugin, because every plugin that I've encountered has something very different and brings something to the table. There's not really many lo-fi plugins that I think are trash. I just want to know which one was the best to you.